Hello, it's Rafael Gutierrez. Welcome to our channel again. And there's actually something really neat that I actually recently found. One of the things is, for me as a professor, biology, exercise, nutritional science, I always like numbers. And a lot of times we talk about things and people talk about, oh, how you do something, how you don't. And we really don't have numbers to prove who is correct. And I actually ended up finding a great product recently, mostly because of simplicity. I actually haven't tried it yet, I should say. But based on the videos I watched, it actually should be pretty simple and straightforward. And I'm pretty excited about it because it actually does show us a lot of the things. Now, what I'm talking about is a product called, and I have it here, called Fujifilm Prescale Pressure Indicator Film. And it actually does a lot of things. It actually looks at how much PSIs, pounds per square inch, any collision would actually have. It actually just looks, from what I understand, is it looks at how much force maximum is used in a thing, and it ends up having a color indicator. Now it's a little simpler, it's a little more complicated than what I'm making it, but still simple enough. What you do is you need to know what the pressure and temperature, what the humidity and the temperature are. Now today in San Diego, where I'm at, I'll show you this. It's 15 degrees Celsius, and the humidity is 85. You can actually see here, and no, you can't. So, like we're able to see that, I will actually show you that there's a little scale here. And based on 85, about here, and 15, we are actually in the B area. I will use B and A both, so we can say with a little more accuracy which it is. But I will try this and see what happens. Now, after I do that, I actually have to look at a color scale here, and it gives me a number on the side up here, and that number correlates to a number on a graph here. Now I'm actually using the momentary exposure, and that is going to then go into a line, and we go down, and it will determine how many PSIs. I am expecting, like I said, in the lower range, and there are different things that I'm going to talk about the product, but that's a little later. Now, this product comes with two sheets. One of them is the ink, one of them is the record. And from what I can understand, you can cut it. Now, if I'm not going to use that much area, I'm only going to be hitting with about 2 knuckles. So that's actually all I'm going to cut out of it. Then I am going to use a Makiwara, so I'm going to actually rotate this so you can see. Ideally, you should be able to see how much force that we can actually punch with. As I don't know which is which, we'll just hope for the best, right? So you are seeing that scissors actually do cut and make a mark, so I'm not going to use the board. So one of the things you'll notice is there a border actually did form where the scissors cut, so I'm not going to use that. And I'm just going to set this up, move it around so you can see the Makiwara a bit more, and see what exactly it is I'm doing. And that should be about all you need. Now, the reason I'm running the film while I do the setup is because a lot of times people will claim to do stuff, and what ends up happening is they will stop it, they'll put something new, and then they'll give the best results. The truth is, I'm not really worried about the results. All I want to see is that I get results. And so what I have is I have a surface which I'm going to use for contact, and all I'm going to do is punch. And one of the things I will tell you while I'm doing this is that I actually was looking online, and before I bought this, I figured I needed to know how many PSIs a typical person punched with. Now I found the range. The range was somewhere between 200 and 1,300. The 1,300 was a professional boxer, but a lot of people actually argue that number because it wasn't independently verified. A lot of professional boxers now actually apparently came, when they measure it, they come up 800-900 PSIs. They've actually come out with Olympic boxers punching about anywhere between 300 to 500. And so I figure the one I use is called the low. And so all I'm going to do is I'm going to just throw a natural punch and see what happens. Now this is a rapid thing. I am going to ask the distributor if you can tell me how accurate it is with something like this. So hopefully this is something we in martial arts will be able to use. So here it's the... So right away I actually see that there is a rapid color change. And with that, we can pull it off. And what we see is, we do see that there is an indigo color. It didn't go all the way through as I thought. It only actually made 3 little lines. But I figure at least that gives us an indication. So, now what I do is, I grab my scale here. You can see the scale. And I compare the color. And based on this, I'll let you guys see, it comes out between 1.3 and 1.1. You can actually see here what I'm talking about. Now, like I said, this is something relatively rapid, so I don't know how it's going to actually work out. So here we actually get the chart. I'm going to use both lines to see what ends up happening. So what would happen if I use the A, 1.3 to 1.1, I'll go with 1.2. So you just go from 1.3 to 1.1. I was around here, up here. And so it actually comes here, comes down. Wow. Over 1,000 PSI. Over 1,000 PSI. It's actually really amazing. If I use B, 1.1, it goes to, did I say 1.1 or 1.2? Let me see. And I actually do know why those, looking at this, I actually understand where the color was in those areas. Too light. Looks like I'm going to go with 1.1. 1.1. I'll go with 1.1. Go for a little between them. And so when we go to 1.1 on the low pressure, 1.1 would be here. On A, it would be over 800. On B, it would be over 1,000. And so what that's calculating is about 800 to 1,000 PSIs. Now, there could be a couple errors. One of them is I am using a Makiwara, and so the force may actually be concentrated a little bit, but I don't know if that's would actually matter because it is just actually looking at points of contact. So it is a small area. So I'm actually pretty impressed with this. I don't know if I actually punched too hard, but if I punched that hard. But there is actually one thing that is nice about this. If you do buy this, and I'm going to try this as soon as I can because I think it's actually kind of neat. They have a Special Precision Tactical, which they actually let you try, which if you buy it, you can actually send one copy in and they'll analyze it for you, even special. Now, the nice thing about this is it's even more accurate than what I use. And so what's nice is you can end up determining whether your punch is as hard or softer than you really think it is. I hope you enjoyed this. I actually enjoyed using this product. I would love to, if anyone is using it and is trying something different with it, I would love to see what your response is and see how your punches actually look at. The nice thing about this is it doesn't take too long. You get pretty immediate results, and that's it. Hope you enjoy this. If you enjoy my channel and want to help out getting me to buy new stuff and try it out, consider buying one of the books, either Cirrus and the Rarest Thing or Off the Rails or any of the other ones that are on the website. If you go to Amazon, look at RH Gutierrez MD, you'll find me. Thank you and have a good day.